Man, I want to tell y'all something, bro. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, dog. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Just say the truth. Don't say your truth. Say the truth. And that's why I'm coming to this. I'm saying this. I spoke my truth, and people who I thought, or a person who I thought loved me, separated themselves from me. You know what I'm saying? And it's heartbreaking. Don't get me wrong, because you, like I said, people you thought you loved, so it hurts a little different. But or a person you thought you loved, but man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like my biggest thing is just being a great person, being a great father. Just you know what I'm saying, do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that shocks me is that I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's like you show a person, people be like, "Oh, you should have showed me who you are before." I'm like, bro, you show a person who you are, and motherfuckers still act like you know what I'm saying, like you showing them a new brand new person. Like, no, I'm showing you who I am. I've been showing you who I am. I've been who I am. You know what I'm saying? You fake the funk. You feel what I'm saying? You fake the funk, which is fine. Which is fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine now because I gotta live with it. It's something you gotta deal with. I've always been raised like that. Like stuff happens and it's like, okay, either we're gonna move forward or we're gonna move apart. It is what it is. Like I can't get upset at it. I can't go back and forth with people about it. I can't sit up here and preach to somebody about how much I love them and how much I would tell them I fight the gorilla by myself to make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't feel that way, bro, and you feel that way, then move around. Like just handle your responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is gonna find that person great. Somebody else is gonna find that person's flaws. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with you. Somebody gonna find you great. Somebody gonna find your flaws. It is what it is. It's just like I said, bro. You can't if you like I said, people want that old school love and oh this and that, but when they get it, they don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you think fighting me, trying to punch on me, trying to get my attention in various amounts of ways that are very disrespectful, not just to me, but to yourself. All right, all right, cool. Now the sad part is it's gonna hurt because you love somebody. It's gonna hurt to separate yourself and try to find your ways and be different. But it's like I realized in my personal situation, I made said person so comfortable to the point where I was disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times and dealt with it. You know, and it's the same person who, like I said, bro, I sit up there and I not just vouch for, but defend constantly. Lemonade. But at the end of the day, I asked God, I said, God, let your will be done, God. And he's letting his will be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. Like, it hurts because I said I love her, bro, but I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm cool with it. I believe in God. I believe in what he's doing. And just gonna go from there. You know? I had 2 kids in a 6-year span. I think I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any more kids. I don't want any more kids. I love kids. I'm not talking. I don't want to have. I don't want to have any more kids. Like on my own. Like I'm good. Like unless it's guaranteed to be a boy. 'Cause I got two girls. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I do want to get married. I do want to marry a incredible woman, beautiful, smart. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I had a good bit of that. You know. You know. But at the end of the day, what you compare and think that you may want in one person, when you get to that other side of the fence, like they say, the grass ain't always greener. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you do for people when they're in a time of need is taken for granted, but it's looked at what you've done for them in that time of need. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize that time's going to pass that. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something, my niece, but if you're doing something that will, well, if you do something that, if you do it out of love and do it without looking for something to come back to you, or look, you know what I'm saying? I believe that, you're like, when stuff like that happens, you just understand, you're a good person, you know? Don't stop being a good person because people feel like you should set boundaries with people that you have had in the past, or this is that. And this is my thing. If you don't have no responsibilities with this person, talking about like kids or like financial responsibilities, and okay, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But if if you have those responsibilities, bro, like I don't have to be nasty to this person. I don't have to, like, if this person's doing bad and I'm able to help, not help them. It doesn't take away from what I have going on here. So why should I? You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Be wary, bro. Be wary. Mm. But God don't make mistakes, dog. Or whatever higher power you believe in, you know, it, it man, God don't make mistakes. Or you call it, you can call him Allah, you call him Buddha, you call. Oh, I'm sorry if I messed it, said it wrong. Sorry if you have you, whatever you call God, man. Look, he don't make mistakes. Some of the shit hurts, but when you have that understanding, that when you have understanding and you leading with understanding, with God's understanding, I feel like it's gonna work out. It's gonna hurt. Oh, it's gonna hurt. But I've learned. I can say this, and this is how I know. This is how I know I've matured and I've gotten better. Right, as a person, I'm gonna keep it G with you. I know I've gotten better as a person because through the first lady I had a child with, I've learned how to. Uh, I want to say, be a better supporter. You know what I'm saying? Um, Through the second lady. Oh yeah, and I was still going through my horn dog phase. It's crazy. I started so early, but I didn't realize, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'll make an excuse and she pissed me off, and I'll go whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I still was getting through that, but the second beautiful young lady who I had a child with, uh, she taught me how to communicate. I can tell you that. That's one thing I've learned. I can't, like, I can sit up here and we can talk bad about each other's flaws and about why shit ain't this and that. I can sit up here and do all that, but at the end of the day, she gave me this beautiful little girl. I'm not here for that. I got, you know, so I just want to raise my daughter with her. You know what I'm saying? Push forward. That's all I can do. You know, I pray whatever that she seeks as happiness, and joy, it finds her. And same thing for my first child's mother. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy just because we not together. I gotta wish evil upon you. I ain't gonna like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, bitch, you ain't gonna do better than me. Cause like, yeah, think about it. The way I look at it, man, these two black women, 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Cause they still that 1 time out of 10. You can go get with somebody else, but 9 times out of 10, you end up with a black person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to wish this black man or woman, whatever you decide to do, evil because we not together no more. No, I wish you the best because it keeps my children in the best position because I know that when they with me, they good. You hear me? They good. So I'm just putting all that up there to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people change you because of the circumstances change. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive. You know, you know what I'm saying, like they say, the weapon formed, but it ain't gonna prosper. Believe that. That was one of the realest shit I've ever heard. Like, I was, man, listening to DMX on that prayer, man. Like, man. And I never really had that understanding until I really heard that. And then Pastor, we call him Puny. I can't think of his, he used to be a ballpark coach. And his nickname was Puny. He's a big guy. So he used to say, he confirmed, he was like, yeah, brother, yeah, bro. He said, the weapon, you know what I'm saying? The weapon will form, bro. It's going, and it might hit you a little bit, might hit you 1 or 2 times. And I ain't preaching to y'all, I'm just being real. I'm looking to get motivation. Like, it gonna hit you a couple of times, but it ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And your book was already written, bro. Just live it. Live every chapter. Every choice you make is on you. Live every chapter, bro. I promise you, this shit fun. I got a young buck. Hold on. I got a young buck. Hold on. Let me sip my lemonade. I got a young buck, right? I tell him, he's like, man, T, man, trying to get it right. Da-da-da. I said, man, you gonna get it right? But you young, bro. I'm like, bro, I say, bro, I've been 25, bro. I know how you feel. You're hot, you're horny, anything that look at you, you want to, you know what I'm saying, tap it like a snare drum, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, I was there. But you're going to get to a point where you learn to control that. You're going to get to a point where your mind, you know what I'm saying, is going to overcome with your penis thing. And you probably, you will really have a battle with your mind and your penis. You feel what I'm saying? And then your mind gonna start to win a lot of those battles. You're gonna get there. So just give it time, bro. Practice. Talk to God. Give it to him. Whoever you preach to, whoever you listen to, give it to him. You know, and pray it all works out. Pray for God to show you clarity, bro. Show you the way. You know what I'm saying? Cause like at the end of the day, dog, if I can't see, if you can't see or you don't know where you're going, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to ask for directions. That's what that mean. Like God, like show me where to go. I'm blind right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this, but I know that there's something greater to my life. You know, and I promise you, dog. That's what I feel right now. Me and my little brother, we on the same path. Me and my brother, my boy Flair, we all on the same path. My boy Q, like, bro, like I know. Yes, I have this great career, but I can do more. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm on right now. I'm on. I can do more mission, bro. And I'm not gonna try to. I'm not gonna overrun my cup. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna balance this shit right. At the end of the day, bro, I don't give a fuck if you're from a small town, a big town, medium town, whatever the fuck you want to call it, rural, suburban, urban, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, you can change your circumstances especially if you have your kids. I tell my daughter, I say, boy, look, I said, boy, y'all are the greatest investments I've ever made in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I've said, hey, some of the greatest investments I ever made in my life. Well, why? Because son, you gotta realize your child can literally grow up and be anything and do anything. They have that opportunity. That wasn't taken from you dealing with people with age and hitting with bills and stuff like that. No, they have the opportunity to get up there and go do something greater. They have the opportunity to literally like they're there's no limit to where they can go, where they can be. You just have to push them. You know what I'm saying? And when they start to get into those certain environments, sometimes you gotta hey push you. Why? So you can master, so you can go through what you gotta go through because you gotta realize. And like in the words of Lil Wayne, uh, "Don't Shoot Me Down" with him and Robin Thicke. He said, no, not Robin Thicke. I'm sorry, but I know it's that song. "Don't Shoot Me Down." He was like, "Repetition is the father of learning." You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jessica? So you have to learn. You have to, you know what I'm saying, learn through getting those reps. Do it over and over and over and over. That's how you're gonna get better. That's how you gonna find yourself in I'm telling you in a whole nother mindset. And I'm telling you, bro, it look crazy to every fucking body until they see the fucking results. That's the part that should drive you to make your fucking results work and to find tactics and habits and ways of other people who are successful and see how you can utilize that in your life so you can be successful. That's how this shit go. And I'm not stopping here, bro. I'm not stopping here, bro. I'm going to get it, bro. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to be what they consider rich. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to be what they consider rich, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm probably like, I'm going to be real. If I had to call it, I'm middle class. You know what I'm saying? I'm middle class. But that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I ain't knocking that. But it's like, I know where we came from. You feel what I'm saying? So knowing where we've come from to where we're going, it's like, I can't stop now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why stop now? Why stop with what we have going? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna close this out with this. You have to make the choices. You have to make the choices that keep you going, bro. That keep you not just going, but that keep whatever your dream alive. You have to put in the work. You might have to read it over and over and over. Like I say, that's why you see them success stories. You see how man they failed it 5 times, but they failed it 4 times, but the fifth time they passed it. And most people would have gave up after that first time, like, oh man, maybe this ain't what God want. But God kept it on your mind. So why run from what I'm saying, what he's pushing you toward? Just keep going. Learn. You realize, bro, every time if you really do something with real like anticipation and real a real mind that whenever you fail that you learn from it and you be like, oh, all right, man, I didn't know that. All right, boom, I didn't. All right, boom, now I know for sure. And the things that you were already good at, you didn't got better at. Like I said, man, look, put the time in, man. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DHE. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out, man. It's your boy T Hills, man. Y'all holla at me, man. Rooted.